This is Dr. Anthony Kane with the Complete Connection Parenting Program with another parenting tip for you today. Today we're going to discuss 7 ways, the 7 things you must do to get your child to behave. And these are 7 general principles. And I'll go in order. The first one is you must show loving concern for your child. Meaning, when you ask your child to do something, he must understand it is for his own good. Now, very often we ask children to do things for our own convenience. And that may be necessary, but it's not a way to get your child to comply. Your child has to understand that when you want him to do something or ask him to do something, it really is because you have your child's best interest in mind. And if he understands that, he's much more likely to listen to what you ask him to do. Number 2 is you must have really sincere respect for your child. Now, we in our society have a little problem with respect. We don't respect other people enough. And your child is going to resent that. You have to show complete respect for your child. And parents who come to me later on with teenagers who don't show them respect, a lot of times the basic problem is that they never really gave the children respect. So if you can show your child respect, first of all, he'll be more likely to listen to you. But more importantly, as he gets older, he will show you respect too. That's a very important thing to respect for your child. Number 3, you have to be patient. Your child is, after all, a child. And he's going to behave like one. He will act out inappropriately at times, will be immature, and that's part of growing up. So you have to be patient with the child, not expect too much, not demand too much. Number 4 is a very important one. You should state your request, speak softly to your child. Do not use a loud booming voice, and do not try to threaten. Just ask in a quiet voice. And this is very powerful. And the reason is because a person who speaks quietly shows a great deal of self-control. And self-control is something that we respect. And when a person can show that he's in control of himself, your child is much more likely to listen. Number 5, make moderate demands. You're in charge of showing your children how to grow up and develop properly. And your child's going to hear a lot of orders from you and a lot of demands from you, and you're going to have to make them because that's part of being a parent. You have to tell your child what to do. He can't cross the street at certain times. He has to come in at certain times. He can't stay out late at night. He can't watch TV when he wants to watch TV. He's got to do certain things because that's part of growing up and part of fulfilling his responsibilities. What we want to do is you want to minimize the demands you make on your child, meaning make sure there are things your child really needs to do. For example, if he has to do homework, he has to do homework. But you want to minimize the demands you place on your child, and there'll be plenty of them, don't worry. And much more than your child really should have, but that's part of growing up. Number 6 is you must follow through with what you say. Very, very important. If you ask your child to do something, he must do it. And there's no backing down, there's no second chances, there's no negotiating. Your child has to understand that you're the parent, you're in charge, you're in control, and when you say something, it's for his own good and he has to do it. This is very important. You have to follow through. Parents who do not follow through are the ones who have children become defiant teens later on. Because they learn there's no negotiation, there's no arguing, there's no holding back, that they can get with what they want. So you do not want to set yourself up for your situation and put yourself in that situation. You want to follow through with what you request and be sure you follow through. And if you're not able to follow through with the request, meaning you're not able to enforce what you ask, then it's not a good time to ask it. Number 7, and the final to talk about, is be free when you say yes and try to avoid saying no whenever you can. Now you're going to say no a lot. In fact, most children, one of the first words they ever learn is no. And that's a problem. Children hear no too much. Whenever you can, say yes to your child, and even if you can say it another way, try not to say no. For example, your child wants to have a treat, don't say no, you can't have it, you have to have dinner yet. Say yes, you can after you finish dinner. That's a good example. Your child wants to stay out and play. You don't say no, you can't play, you've got to come in. You say yes, you can play tomorrow after you come home from school. Try to say yes whenever you can, and try to avoid saying no, because children hear no way too much. Those are 7 quick techniques you can use to help your child behave better. This is Dr. Anthony Kane from the CC Parenting, from Pre-Connection Parenting Program. If you'd like some more tips like this, please go to our website at ccparenting.com and sign up for our free newsletter.